Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's Elite Dangerous livestream. Video games are fun, aren't they? And tonight we're having just that. As part of our featured commanders, we've got Commander JackLyttle joining us live here in the studio. And if you've seen Commander JackLyttle before, you'll know that he's not really like me. And so we thought we'd match that level of fun with our own little version of me.
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's Elite Dangerous livestream. My name is Little Willy and that's Willy with an IE. You've never seen my face before. I'm a new member of the community management team here at Frontier Developments and I've joined the team for just one evening for a very, very special occasion. So as you can see, right now beside me there is nobody, but we do have a very special guest with us tonight as part of Featured Commanders, which is a live stream series that we run from time to time where we bring different members of the community on the live stream to talk about how they play Elite Dangerous and sometimes stream Elite Dangerous. Well, tonight's live stream is all about one commander in particular, Commander JackLyttle, and he is right here with me. Jack, if you want to come on to the stream.
Oh. Thank you.
Well,
hello, everybody.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Let's.
Yep.
Oh, hello. There we go.
Well, JackLyttle, welcome. Welcome to tonight's live stream. It's such a pleasure to meet you because I myself am a budding Elite Dangerous live streamer. It's my first live stream, and I would like to broaden my horizons. And it's such a pleasure for a puppet like myself to meet another puppet like yourself.
What? I'm not a puppet. I'm a real boy.
Yes, we'll get onto your channel very soon. But
Yeah.
as an aspiring live streamer, meeting a very well-established live streamer, especially in the Elite Dangerous community, it is a real pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
So tonight's live stream, we're going to be asking some questions, and you've also got a few challenges in store for us.
I have indeed.
Could you give us a sneak peek of what those might be?
Well, there's this little thing we've been working on called Zark Wars, which is the pinnacle, really, of elite skill. It's a sort of a recreation of the old Frontier game Zark, but in the Elite universe. So we'll be having a look at that.
I won't talk about our special guest. We have got a special guest tonight who'll be joining us. It was you, but we've also got another one. And as part of tonight's live stream, we're also going to be giving away some cool goodies. So yes, goodies. We're going to give away not just a paint job. We're not giving away paint jobs tonight. I thought I'd take a leaf out of your book and sort of give away a HOTAS and some pedals because I know that you use those.
I do. Yes, the throttle.
The throttle. So before we sort of get on to the challenges of tonight's live stream and we sort of explore Elite Dangerous from your perspective, I wanted to take a moment to talk about Elite Dangerous and what it means to you, Jack, if that's okay.
Certainly.
So my first question tonight, I've got some, it's just over here, one second. How did you first get into Elite Dangerous?
Oh.
What was it about the game that attracted you to it?
Well, I think I was being of a certain age. I can remember the very first Elite game, and it wasn't something that I was very good. Never quite. You're right there.
Yes.
Never quite mastered the docking. You see, involved. So when the new thing came out, I thought, well, let's revisit it. And it sort of fills in. I have this philosophy about games, if I can bore you with it for a moment, which is that I feel like games these days have a tendency to be sort of fulfilling promises made in previous games. And I feel like, I felt very much like Elite was the game that we kind of imagined we were playing when we were playing the original Elite. So I basically grabbed it with both hands as soon as I got the opportunity.
Yeah, that was it. That's how you got on board with it.
As it were, yes. That's how I onboarded, as people seem to insist on saying these days.
Well, that is something that's very close, I'm told, by the Elite Dangerous team, very close to our hearts with the September update. We're not talking about that tonight, of course. We're here. It's all about you, actually, Jack, tonight's live
Jolly
stream.
good.
So if you are unfamiliar with my face, well, that's normal, and maybe not for this fella. He likes to stream Elite Dangerous every week, right?
3 times a week, yes.
3 times a week.
On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 8 till 10, yes.
And
on
now,
Twitch.
well, tonight, Thursdays.
Tonight's Thursday, yes. Yes.
And you have got a video coming out. Is
Yes,
that a spoiler?
yes. Sadly, I'm in Cambridge, so I can't do the stream tonight. So we've got a sort of a compilation video going out tonight at 8:30. Yeah.
Well, we'll look out for that later, and we'll talk about your channel very soon. But on with the Elite Dangerous questions.
Yes.
Could you tell me? 1 second. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
check my questions.
Yeah.
If you don't look at them because they're a surprise.
Okay.
Just 1 second.
Yeah, you have a look.
Do you have a favourite ship in
Oh,
Elite Dangerous? What is it? Wait for it.
Yes.
Why?
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 Why is the big question, isn't it? I don't have one in the fleet at the moment, but I think my favourite ship is the Python. I'm an all-rounder sort of person, you see, and I think the Python's the pinnacle of the all-rounder when it comes to the game. So yes, I think that's the one I've probably got my eye on next. Yes.
And my favourite is the Asp Scout.
The Asp Scout.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of the Asp Scout. And as a pilot, what would you say your pilot? What kind of pilot are you?
Well, believe it or not, underneath this sort of mild exterior, I am something of a crack shot when it comes to combat. Primarily assisted player v environment combat. That's my favourite time. So we play a lot of we do a lot of bounty hunting on the stream. So yes, that's probably what I spend most of my time. Oh, we did take part in Distant Worlds 2 this year as well.
Did you make it all the way to Beagle Point?
And back again.
And
yes.
back again.
Yes.
What did you fly out there? Was it an Asp Scout?
It was a Diamondback Explorer with the wings that go whoosh in the thing when you're parking. It's brilliant.
Well, yes. Good. I'm glad that you made it there and back again. I know that many members of the Elite Dangerous team started the journey. Some of them, not naming names,
Not naming names, no.
Will Flanagan, but he didn't quite make it all the way back yet. He's still stranded out there somewhere. Well, I'm actually quite new to Elite Dangerous, so you might have touched upon it, but what is it about Elite Dangerous? Why do you play? Is it for the credits? Is it for the fun? Is it for streaming? How do you do it?
Oh, it's at the moment it's sort of a little bit between streaming and also because obviously one has a lot of friends that play Elite Dangerous, so it's just lovely to have a sort of that shared experience with them, and also I think it's a game that kind of it suits one's mood as well. So you know, one can rock up one day and feel a little bit chilled. So I might do some exploration or some mining. And other days you just want to raise a merry hell in a has-res or something. Yeah. So that's what I like about it. Is it sort of it meets your needs, whatever mood you're in.
Well, that's a lovely way to put it. And well, let's talk about needs, because what for me personally, as a puppet myself, what initially attracted me, especially to your channel, I saw the Psyches, I saw the Bognoguses, I saw the Hello It's Colos, I saw all of those, and I thought
streamers,
fine streamers, and many more are out there. But I looked at those guys and I thought, I like what you're doing. I like Elite Dangerous, and I like watching Elite Dangerous. But what didn't resonate with me is that they weren't puppets, and I really wanted some representation for my kind. And when I discovered your stream, I was really thrilled to see that you were there. Being the figurehead for puppet streaming, and people in the chat there, they keep saying a real boy.
Yes, I'm sorry you mentioned this before. It's slightly embarrassing, but I'm not actually a puppet. I'm not quite sure why you would think that I was a puppet. No, I'm a real boy.
Sally, this is the right guest, isn't it? Commander JackLyttle.
Yeah, JackLyttle.
It doesn't say anywhere he's a puppet, JackLyttle.
It's what it says on my underwear.
It does say it. Right, so, well, these questions are going to be a bit lost on you, but we're going to try our best.
Let's muscle through. Let's muscle through.
1 second. This is my first time streaming, and I need to keep my composure.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Thank you very much.
Just have fun with it.
Well, yes. So let's have fun. Let's talk about puppetry.
Okay, let's.
As a puppet, or not a puppet, as a not puppet,
Yes, as a not puppet.
per se.
Per se.
Do you sometimes feel used?
Oh. Well, I'm surrounded by a wonderful team of content creators who are at my answer my every whim. They're at my beck and call. So I would say that if anyone's being used, it's probably the caretaker chap that looks after me, does all me blendering, gets me in and out of events, attaches my legs, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah. So I would say no. I think we know who's driving the bus, shall we say?
And for those unfamiliar, because you mentioned the caretaker, and that's a prominent figure in your life, with a slightly more well, his proper title is quite uncouth, but let's call him caretaker.
For the purposes of this interview,
This is a family live stream, or so I'm told.
we call him something else. Yeah.
Yeah, and who is he? Just to give a quick overview. I mean, we've still got a lot of questions about puppetry and things, all things puppet. But who is this figure?
Oh, he's I don't know. He's just sort of this chap who's always seems to be around. Just kind of helps out. He's a gamer himself, so you know we've got a fair amount in common. I think we have the same stylist as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Can I just say this is a very finely trimmed beard.
Oh, thank you. Would you like to?
Yeah, if you could just get a little bit
can if you
closer.
like.
My hands are quite small. They're not formed. I'm about 3 months old.
Yeah,
in puppet years.
In puppet years, yes.
It's very soft.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
No, thank you.
Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted.
that was appropriate.
Yes, appropriate, yes. So, ever since my arrival at Frontier, and it's not to talk poorly on my peers, but there is a stigma out there for puppets.
Is there?
Yes, there is a stigma.
That saddens me deeply.
Yes, it's really sad, especially, you know, I feel I'm quite an innocent character, and I
would
don't
say so.
feel I've got dark intent. But there is a stigma for some puppets that we are quite insidious, or we have dark intent, and I think that's really sad. But what kind of example do you think your stream sets for younger audiences, younger puppets like myself?
I suppose you know we like to offer an environment where everyone's free to you know be who they are, be that puppet or real boy or non puppets or meat puppet, you know, the whole gamut. You know, I think people have more in common than they have different, and if I can extend a space that furthers that philosophy, then I think we're doing okay.
That's a really nice message. I think
Thank you.
if we were to end the stream now, but don't worry, we're not.
No.
But if we were,
Because we've got to give away some stuff.
yeah, we've got to give away some stuff. But I think that's a really nice message to end on. So if you could save that one for later,
Okay, I'll just trot it out again.
and we could probably bring it back up. It'd be a really nice way to end the stream. But I've got more questions for you. So
Okay.
lucky you. Have you ever been mistaken for a popular character named Chucky?
No, although I did Chucky of the Chucky films.
You've met him, or?
I have met him. Yes. I meet a lot of people in my work as an influencer. But yes, no, I met Chucky at a party. But I'm afraid to say he was a little bit. He sort of snubbed me.
Oh,
He snubbed me.
that's
Yes.
not really.
No. Well, this is the problem. You see, is when somebody makes it big, you know, sometimes they forget what got them there. You know, they pull the ladder up behind them. Very sad.
Well,
Never meet your heroes.
well-
Apart from me.
Well,
I'm
yes.
fine.
I mean, you are a hero of mine, as I
Yeah,
mentioned, and you seem like a very nice chap.
I am.
Your channel is obviously quite unique.
Well, can you qualify an absolute? It's either unique or as it isn't. Let's just say it's unique.
I don't have an education,
I'm sorry, I forgot.
but it's okay. It's very unique.
No, that's worse.
It's sometimes unique.
Yes, no, I think we can go with that one. Yes, yes. Sometimes it's unique.
Great. Okay, so what's your approach? Is your stream aimed at humans? Is it aimed at puppets? Is it a mixture of people? You said
It's
there's
aimed very much at everyone. Yeah, we're an open church. We're a broad church. Yes, absolutely. You know,
do you wear robes?
Do we wear robes?
Robes, yes, robes. Sort of the draperies.
Oh, it's the church is metaphorical. It's I mean, we can wear robes if that would make you feel more comfortable.
No, I was just curious.
Okay.
Yeah, robes.
Yeah,
no. Moving on then. My last question about puppetry, because I don't want to.
I mean,
because
no.
You've claimed you're not, so I didn't want to.
I'm not.
I didn't want to make you uncomfortable, just to be clear. But I suppose if you were a puppet, but you're not. But if you were a puppet, do you ever aspire to be like one of the greats, like Kermit, Miss Piggy, maybe even a Skeksis? You know, they're very topical right now.
Skeksis give me the willies. No offence.
No, none taken. They are a very scary bunch.
Quite creepy. Quite creepy.
Yeah. So do you ever aspire? Do you have a favourite fellow puppet out there?
I quite like Gilbert the Alien. Do you remember Gilbert the Alien?
Well, I'm 3 months old. So.
Oh yes, you won't. Yeah, Gilbert the Alien was he was an alien, voiced by Phil Cornwell, I believe, and he would rock up on Saturday mornings. And Oucho as well. He's another fave. He's back, Oucho, on the YouTubes.
I know Groucho Marx, but he's not a puppet.
No, he's one of the Marx brothers. Yes, along with
there's
Harpo
Grouchy.
and, Grouchy.
Grouchy is a puppet, I think.
Is that from Sesame Street? Is it the Grouch?
Yeah, the Grouch, maybe.
Lives
is
in a
that the
bin.
one who lives in a bin?
He is, yes.
They put me in a cupboard.
Oh, why?
I'm not allowed to. I'm not meant to be saying.
You shouldn't
this.
really. I would. Between you and me, I would speak to the HR department about that because you're not really supposed to put staff members in cupboards.
Well, I've been meaning to go to our our head of department.
I'm sure there's a directive.
Yes, I mean, I've been. Well, basically, I've been meaning to go to Zach Antonacci about this. I've wanted to tell him the conditions that I mean, they've put me in a baby grow. This is a baby grow I'm wearing right now. Sorry, I'm getting totally off topic. I shouldn't be talking about this, but they put me in a baby grow.
Well, that's more of a size issue, though, isn't it, really?
Well, I mean, everybody else gets these lovely Frontier T-shirts. Yes. I've got a baby grow, and there's buttons right here. I could unpick them right now.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should.
No, I mean, would you say the approach that I'm currently employing, is that a good thing for streamers? Because it's something I want to move on to next.
Well, could you? Yes, I think so. Yes, I think you're coming across very nicely. You're speaking with confidence and authentically. You know, it's very important as well when you're streaming to have a very sort of authentic personality. Don't be one of these people who kind of hides behind a character. You know, it's very important to just be you, and you're being you in spades.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, I've seen some streamers who shout at the camera, get really excited, like, "Hey, what up? What ho? Come and see my channel. I've got some Elite Dangerous on the go." You know, it's not really for me. That's not really my approach.
Well, if you can do it, do it. But if you can't, don't. That's how I feel about that.
Well, great. I mean, that's the first question. Well, that wasn't even a question. Well, it was, but it wasn't a question I've got written down and approved right here. The question I've got is, what got you into streaming in the first place?
Well, one day I happened to find the bit on my on the ship menu that told me how
the what menu? Sorry?
On the ship menu.
Okay.
On how many hours I'd spent playing the game, and I thought, by crikey, that's a lot of hours.
How many hours is it?
I think it was well into triple figures. It was by this point it was about 2 Borderlands. That's how long I'd spent in game. And I thought, you know what? I feel like I need to do something more with my gaming than just gaming really. So what I thought I'd do is have a bash at this streaming thing. I was watching a lot of Ed Lewis at the time, and he seemed to make it look rather like child's play really. So I thought, yeah, give that a bash. See if anyone salutes.
That was a really good. It's a really good reference to puppetry.
Was it?
Child's play.
Oh, Chucky creeping in again, isn't it?
There you go.
Oh, a callback.
See what you did there. It's very good. Very good.
Thank you.
I So would you stream on Twitch? Is there another place you stream? Where can people go to get your juicy
My juicy content.
Yes.
It is mainly Twitch. Yes, I'm an affiliate on Twitch. We do shove some stuff up on the YouTubes. Often it's stuff that's previously run on Twitch. I am thinking of doing some sort of game commentary type business, but it's finding the time. It's finding the time.
Yes, and you're very busy with your schedule.
Very busy.
Streaming three times a week.
3 times a week for 2 hours at a time.
I mean, I've seen the community team here at Frontier Developments, and they have, well, just for Elite Dangerous, they have 3 people.
Yeah.
And they only stream twice a week.
It's just me and a caretaker.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very considerable amount. So bravo to you on that one.
I think you're right. I think you're right to bravo me. Thank you.
So I have to say, we are moving sort of to the second half of our live stream, where we are going to be bringing on a special guest.
Cool.
But before that, I've got just 3 more questions for you.
Okay.
Just a 3. I mean,
Yes.
my fingers are sewn together.
Yes.
It's quite horrific, actually, if you really go into the nitty gritty of it. But they're sewn together, so I can't really hold my fingers up. But I've got 3 questions for you.
Okay. I'm gonna say there are 3 fingers.
Yes.
That's a sort of
Thank you.
It's almost a Star Trek reference. Are we allowed to say Star Trek? Sorry.
Yes, you are allowed to say Star Trek.
Star Trek. Thank you.
You're just not allowed to swear on these streams. They are a family-friendly stream, so yes, no swearing. Okay. Final question on the streaming part of your
Okay.
life. Do you have any message for budding streamers, aspiring streamers, or even established ones? I know there are a lot of great streamers out there already, but do you have any messages for those people that maybe offering a puppet's perspective is maybe I know you're not a puppet, but just keep on going.
To try, to help the puppet.
Because my
viewers.
people, they said, and your people, I think there was some talk of
That I think
puppets.
I think something may have got lost in translation on the puppet front. Just turn up. I think this is one of my first major pieces of advice with streaming. Turn up. Yeah, turn up. And be prepared for disappointment. Really, turn up. Be prepared for disappointment. Yeah, because sometimes you'll turn up, no one else will turn up. No, and you've got to think, well, what do I do in that situation? Basically, what I'm saying is, when you're starting out from square one, know that you're on square one. Yeah, and eventually, if you do the stuff, if you stream, if you play your game, if you have fun with it, then I'm sure something will come. And it might not be the thing that you're expecting, but it'll be something. And when it comes, it'll be yours.
There you go then. So Will Flanagan gave me this question to
Oh,
ask you.
okay. I see he's keeping his hand in.
Yes. The question he has for you is, what's your favourite Harold Pinter play?
Oh, what a marvellous question. My favourite Harold Pinter. Oh, what a question. Blimey. Let me see. Well, I do prefer the earlier works, the Caretaker, as it were, and Birthday Party, of course. But I think I almost like a guilty secret here. But I would say probably my favourite of all the Pinter plays is The Dumb Waiter. Yes. Specifically, there's a wonderful BBC production. I think it was for BBC 4, starring Colin Blakely and Kenneth Crannan, and definitely, yeah. If it gets produced a fair amount, The Dumb Waiter, because it's just a 2-hander, so it's a fairly sparse set, so it's quite a cheap production to put on. But there are some quite awful productions out there. But if you can get hold of that, that's very much. I kind of consider it the performance almost. Wonderful stuff. Yes.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I didn't actually know that you'd go into that much detail about Harold Pinter. I didn't realise you were a fan.
Oh, huge fan of Harry. Yes.
Sorry, I'm losing my composure. I would like
That's fine.
I'd like to bring it back round to tonight's stream. So if you are just tuning in now and you're wondering what on earth is going on, has Will been turned into a puppet? What's this guy? Well, he's not a puppet, as
I'm a
he's
real
clearly
boy.
established at the start of the live stream. I am a puppet, and I've been conscripted from the cupboard to put on tonight's live stream to make Jack feel a little bit more comfortable. But Jack, I think there is something we can do before we move on to our next section of tonight's live stream.
Oh, yes.
It's to reunite you with someone very close to you.
Oh?
Yeah, there's a guy, you might know him. He works at Frontier Developments, and he is responsible, I'm told, for your creation.
You don't mean Papa Kirby?
That's right. We thought it'd be a great occasion because it might have been a while since you've seen him, to bring him on and just to say hello. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to cut away. We're going to go to a back soon screen. By the way, Sally is doing a fantastic job on all the camera angles. She keeps changing the camera angle, getting nice close-ups of our faces. It's been
splendid
so
work.
lovely.
Splendid work.
So she's going to cut away to a back soon. We're going to be right back with our special guest, Steve Kirby, everybody. Steve Kirby's going to be here. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, Steve, lovely Steve, or known as Wendy to some of the members of the community, is here with us. And it wouldn't be a puppet show if there weren't live action human beings as well. So we brought him on.
Yes.
Now there's
Welcome
two,
to be here.
real
Yeah,
boys.
happy to be here, Willie. Nice that to be on your live stream debut. And Jack,
Papa K.
beautiful, lovely to see you as always.
Always,
How you
always.
doing? The caretaker taking good care of you?
He's been a little bit short on the purdies lately. But,
Really?
yeah.
I want to have a word.
I'll have words. I'll have words.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're right there, Willie.
Sorry, you look like you were having a bit of a moment, and I didn't want to
we-
get in the way.
I think we last saw each other at LaveCon.
LaveCon. Yes,
LaveCon,
LaveCon.
yeah.
Just a few months ago, really.
Yeah, but yeah.
Thanks
just
for
a few
the,
months, but no, it's
thanks
good.
for tracking him down.
But you are looking well, I must admit.
Thank you. You too.
I think you've had a bit of a trim.
I've had a little bit of a tidy up for the telly, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to come on,
Yeah.
come on this, you need to tidy yourself up.
Sorry, I know this is your live stream, Jack, but people are marvelling at my little shoes.
They're lovely.
They are
aren't
very
they?
good shoes,
Yes.
I must admit.
Yeah.
I'm quite jealous of the shoes.
The benefits of having no bones is that you can do things like this. Right.
Oh.
So, Steve, and we do thank you for coming on tonight's live
It's a
stream.
pleasure, as always.
There is something very close about you two. Is that not right? You're quite close.
Yes, we know each other intimately, I would say,
I would say
inside
so,
and
yes.
out.
Yes.
Yeah, and we shared some very informative early years together, and yeah, with the caretaker, and yeah, we hopefully helped make Jack the man he is today.
Indeed.
Well, that's very ominous, but I think we're going to get onto that with our live action guests. So before we get onto that, before we sort of end the puppet segment of this live stream, because it's not just a Punch and Judy show for everybody out there. This is an elite
Sausages.
live
Sorry.
No, that's fine. You are the special
You
guest.
keep going, Jack. You do you, mate.
But it's. I wanted to just say very quickly. that we've got some challenges for you.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
They've-
right. I thought I was just coming on to say hello.
No, they've got some challenges for you.
Oh, okay.
There are some challenges. Jack's picked them
Okay.
himself,
Oh.
and it's sort of based on how he plays Elite Dangerous. And you're going to
Okay.
simulate how he plays Elite Dangerous from time to time.
Okay.
And it is that time in the live stream where we do unfortunately have to say goodbye to Jack. We're going to. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Jack.
that's okay. That's okay.
We only booked you for about 30
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's expensive. I mean,
Yes,
you know.
he's a,
Yes.
he's
He's
a
a star.
talent. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I took. Who do I talk about train tickets? By the way, I need to get my expenses sorted. We'll do this later.
We'll do this later. We can do this later.
Yeah, yeah.
But we are going to meet. We are going to meet your caretaker. I think it's time, and I'm going to hand over to Will. He's a bit. He's a bit worried that I will scare off. But you seem to be.
Well, no, you're right. Mate.
We're quite
Don't worry.
comfortable
We're
together,
fine,
aren't
we're
we?
right,
I think he's done a sterling job.
Yeah. Don't worry about Will. Don't worry. He's just worried that you'll take over. You're so talented.
Yeah,
But,
well, thank you. It's so kind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dream of it. Anyway, we're going to be back very soon. But Jack, is there any final comments you have for for the viewers out there?
Love what you do and do what you love.
Here.
Thank you so much. So we're going to be right back. We are going to bring on some other guests. And Steve, you've got to get ready because you're about to be gunked. in
Okay.
Gunk.
Hang on. Gunk.
Gunks,
So,
yes.
Not really.
Gunk tank.
No, hang on a second. I didn't sign up for this.
This isn't a British kids' TV show. Don't worry.
Okay.
So we'll be right back. We're going to jump to another back soon screen. Steve's going to get ready and all the harnesses and equipment, and then we're going to get right on with it. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.
Hurrah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Elite Dangerous live stream. I do have, of course, next to me, the caretaker. I think we'll just call you. You are responsible for Jack's madness. Hello, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed that little segment. I had a lot of fun.
So did I.
Watching that upstairs. I definitely wasn't around. You never saw my hand anywhere. It's quite tiring work, actually.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah?
good, I think. Yes.
It's probably the craziest live stream intro I've ever done. And I'm not sure how did people enjoy that out there? Did they enjoy that? I think there were a lot of people enjoying it.
I think Musapan's slightly upset that we've just come back to us now.
Yeah. Wow, I just wanted to see more. But tonight's live stream is a featured Commanders where we kind of bring on the content creators who play Elite Dangerous and sit them, usually we play Elite Dangerous with them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe we should do something a little bit different when we have such a talent that is JackLyttle involved. We've kind of done a lot of the questioning stuff, and Steve is over there. And I can see like a little hand over there, so he's still around, he's still listening. But how the hell did this come to be?
Like so many things in life, it was basically all Ed Lewis's fault.
Okay.
When he was doing his sort of lunchtime streams, I kind of noticed, because I hadn't watched a lot of streams before then, and I kind of noticed that because you're kind of in the bottom corner, usually the streamer is just like a head and shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, it could be quite easy for that to be a puppet rather than a person. Quite easy is a very... It's a movable, yeah.
I mean, did you? It's quite a lot of work, isn't it?
It's more work than not doing it, I would say.
Sure.
I would safe say, yeah. So I basically tried to make Ed just one day be a puppet, and then the next day never talk about it ever again.
Yeah, and now it's a whole thing.
Yes.
And now you've been on a Frontier live stream live with the puppet, which is awesome. And then, of course, Steve made the puppet, actually.
He did, yes.
Steve, we can hear you, I think.
All right, sorry. Hello.
We can cut to Steve briefly, just to show everybody where Steve is right now. I think he's there in the green room.
Screen room, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Steve that you know and love. Steve was actually responsible for the puppet.
Yes.
He created it, if I'm right.
To the caretaker's specifications.
Yeah.
I think we got chatting on Discord.
Yes,
about
so
it.
someone basically recommended, because I kind of said, I kind of want to do this thing with the puppet, but getting the puppet is kind of, obviously the sticking point for it, and not just one person. Loads of people just talk to Steve. I think you were working on the alien probe.
Oh,
yeah,
I was working
on Mike's alien probe at the time.
Yeah.
And we just got chatting about it, and worked out the pattern and from photographs of what you needed and everything, and it was an absolute pleasure. It's one of the most fun projects I think I've been involved in. Certainly one of the oddest. So it's great.
But yeah, if you're not familiar with sort of Steve's, I'll call it a hobby, but it's a craft, really.
It's a hobby.
He does make lovely, wonderful plushies
stuff.
of all kind of things. But sort of what's important to mention is how you play Elite Dangerous, because you're manning a puppet, but you're also playing Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, which is obviously, that the other half of the puzzle for me was, if I'm operating a puppet, then I've only got one hand free to play the actual game. So it's, at the time as well, I was, now still play Elite in VR. So I knew that in playing Elite in VR, you kind of want less scrabbling around on a keyboard as possible.
Yeah.
So I'd already had a sort of a keybinding setup where a lot of the stuff was happening just on the stick and the throttle. So then it was really just kind of squeezing a few extra commands in.
And then
So
that's what we've got tonight on the setup. Steve is over here, and he's got the setup. If we can see him again, Sally.
Yeah.
Some point. So Steve's got what is this tech here? For those, a lot of people will be familiar with it, but for those who aren't.
it's a fairly standard HOTAS. I can't quite remember the exact name of it. It's like the entry-level Thrustmaster HOTAS, and pedals as well, and a head tracker.
And the head tracker here. So in the spirit of all that, we are also giving away some stuff, which I don't know if it's the same thing. It looks similar, but I don't think it is. We're giving away this stuff, and there's some more here as well, in much nicer, crisper boxes, but we have some pedals as well. So we are going to give away those soon, but before that, we've got some little challenges that you've given to us.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're going to go from now. We're going to go on to that segment right now. So I'm going to pass over to you, actually.
Okay.
You need to talk us through what you want Steve to do.
All right.
So Steve is playing this as if he's got to play it one-handed.
Yep.
So if you could keep that hand raised throughout the whole segment. No, I'm joking. You don't have to.
Tell you what, I'll stick it behind my back.
Yeah, no cheating.
But you're gonna play it as if you were manning a puppet. It's a shame we don't have a puppet with us right now to do this, but
only real boys here.
but yeah, we're gonna jump to that right now, and Steve's gonna attempt some challenges.
Okay, so we're going to land on a planet first of all. 0.6.
I love the way you say land.
Yeah, it's a 0.6 planet. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, we'll land on the planet.
It's got to be the right planet. So if you want to
Okay.
call up the navigation.
All right.
menu.
So I've got a head tracker, Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
where
fine.
am I?
So yeah,
Where am I looking?
you just want to scroll down and it's something's rock. There we go. Goldstein's rock.
Goldstein's Rock. So if I select
I
that.
don't do names.
Rightio.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. I've got to remember what you taught me.
I mean, you can ask for advice at any time, Steve. Don't feel like you
Right.
can't.
Okay. So we are pointing at Goldstein's Rock.
Okay.
You're not that far.
And right. So
in
let's
order
get to see.
Yeah, you want to. Now this is the trickiest, probably the trickiest thing, and I will allow you because we haven't connected the halves of the hot S together. So I might
Right.
allow you to use your left hand just for this.
Just for this.
But I think it's the leftmost of the
Actually.
two glowing buttons, and down on the hat switch.
Hang on. Right.
Let's hope
No, that was landing gear.
Oh right, okay. It might be the other of the two.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we're
There you
off.
go.
This is the problem with
There
muscle
you go.
memory, is that I can't.
Yeah. Hang on.
I mean, we spoke
Probably
about
not.
this off camera earlier, but how do you play Elite Dangerous now? Can you
Oh, when
play-
I'm not streaming.
Yeah, when you're not streaming.
It's easier for me to play one hand.
one-handed. You just got so used to.
Yeah.
That's the way you play now. You don't do
Well, it's
anything.
still, I mean, this was the thing. I think one of the great things about, for me personally, for doing it was that in order to look at how to play single-handed, I had to basically go out and find other people who were already playing one-handed, just to see what was possible, basically. And so on Twitch, there's one-hand FPS. There's a girl called CP Miller Plays, who both have mobility issues and play with one hand. And and it's just it's an odd sort of, because obviously Frontier does a lot of work with special effect, and it's kind of special effect territory in a way.
Yeah.
It's almost like the most soluble problem
Yeah.
is the one hand problem. And yeah, it was just great to see them actually sort of, you know,
Playing games in
Exactly,
this way, and then
yes.
being able to
Yeah.
how do I extract that? And I think it is worth saying that it's really nice to see the variety that we have from content creators all over Twitch, but also for our Elite Dangerous community. The fact is that there is someone out there who is streaming as a puppet and playing Elite Dangerous. It's just really nice and charming, and it's long overdue to bring that person, or sort of unveil them. I mean, you attend Elite Dangerous events, and people have seen you before and things, but it's nice to get you here in the studio and to see a bit of Jack.
he's shrouded as he is.
He's kind of relaxing right now. So Steve is coming into the planet now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've
so-
landed before. This should be straightforward.
Yeah, this should be fine. I've never done it one-handed with pedals before. Must admit, it is. Yes, I have utmost respect for you, because this is like patting your head and rubbing your tummy.
Yeah.
Could you do that while? That's the first challenge.
Yes, I'll just free my other hand and it'll be fine. Right. So, does it matter where I land on the planet?
Not really. Any available crater should be fine.
Okay. Well, I'm aiming at that one, so that's where we're going.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many challenges do we have tonight, Mr. Caretaker?
It's quite loose, but the thing that's going to happen once Steve's landed is quite tricky.
Make or break it. That looks like Mickey Mouse right there.
Does a little bit.
You have to land somewhere else. I've got an IP issue.
Yeah, we can't show that. Steve, if you turn, no, I'm joking.
Other cartoon mice.
I'm
are-
going in. This is it.
Just not this one. Look at that.
Right.
That's really
Okay, so dropping the landing gear. I think you're going to have to headbutt the button, I think.
You are allowed to use your head.
I'm allowed to use my head.
You are allowed to use your head.
Thanks.
Just not your other hand.
That's reassuring. God.
Here we go. So are you saying that this might make or break it for Steve in terms of this challenge?
It should be. This is the odd thing about it, is that, and obviously because I've been playing single-handed for quite a while, that I'm not quite sure how difficult anything is anymore. So
Steve's a good indicator of this.
yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I can
deftly.
say I've not had to concentrate on this quite as hard for a very long time.
Okay.
So add a puppet to your other hand in this moment, and
Well, this is
a
it.
live
you're-
streaming.
and you're doing
Yeah.
That, yeah. Which,
lot of-
by the way, it's very hard for me to sit here now and not make the voice,
Yeah.
even after doing it for about 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And kind of want to do it
I
again.
find it quite unnatural to do the voice without the puppet.
Yeah.
I
Well,
kind of, yeah.
earlier-
Which I have to do sometimes for voiceovers. And it's
Mhm. Do you put the puppet on?
I have done. Yeah, even if I'm not filming, yes, I've done that. before.
I really like that. And it was like earlier when we were sort of getting ready for the live stream. It's like, I've got a voice for it. I've been working on a voice. And it's like, do the voice. I can't do the voice. Don't have the
Yeah.
puppet on. And it really is. My voice changes like this. What voice will? Orange Spark asks. Well, it's very similar. It's a little version of me. And
I
yeah,
thought it was based on someone.
it was originally supposed to be me. We were meant to add like a little half beard that I have, but we didn't get that far.
Okay, we're getting fairly close to the
You should
ground
use your
now.
real voice more often.
Right,
It's
so,
musical. I should think.
so daft
Okay.
question, landing gear.
Oh, right. Is the left-hand button of those two glowing buttons?
And the hat down as well?
Hat down for... No, it should just be that button,
Just that button.
I think.
Right, can I, oh, hang on. Take my hand off the throttle for a second. Right, that landing gear down. So I just need to... a little bit. Oops, slow down. Yeah,
It's
slow
a
down.
made-up person. He says.
Right.
Did Wendy make Little Willy too? No, in fact not. Little Willy is a combination of lots of efforts, but he comes from a corporation's warehouse. So we needed someone who was always going to be on message, and that was sort of a great step for that. Someone who'd grown up in a warehouse from a corporation.
Yes, yeah, it made sense.
If you do have any questions for the caretaker about the JackLyttle stream,
Okay.
this is fine.
This is fine.
This bodes well.
Nothing's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, we don't have lots of time anyway, so it might
Right.
go.
All right.
go
So, question for
perfectly
the
wrong.
caretaker
It might go wrong at the exact
is:
moment.
is there a? Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh wow,
We're down.
you made
Brilliant.
that look
No.
at least for,
At least
not the start.
not horrendously terrible. Hopefully.
Okay. So now we're getting into the Zark Wars part of the
Okay.
occasion.
Right.
So what you need to do is, do you remember how to turn flight assist off?
Hang on. I pushed the modifier button
Yep.
and I can't remember the other
Right,
combination.
right
can-
pedal
Right pedal
forward, down.
forward.
There you
Assist
go.
is off.
Okay.
Right.
Now
Okay.
you might as well just take your feet off the pedals because you're not going to be using them now.
Okay.
This is where it goes.
This is where it gets
horribly
weird,
wrong.
is it?
Okay. Yeah. So in Zark, the original game, obviously
Mm-hmm.
Right.
there wasn't any forward thrust, so we can't use forward or reverse thrust in Elite.
Just
Then
up and down.
It wouldn't be Zark Wars. So you're basically just going to have to fly with your lateral thrusters.
Okay, so you might need to remind me what my lateral thruster controls are.
Is the hat switch without the modifier?
So
Right,
Steve,
yes,
Steve
yes,
is
yes,
playing
yes,
with
yes, yes, I've
Steve
got
is
that,
playing with
right.
bindings that aren't his own.
They are not.
To-
These are not.
To be clear,
Yeah.
These
So
are
this is-
quite far from my bindings. But,
Uh,
right. Okay, so I've got up and down,
Yeah.
left and right. Okay.
Yeah. So in
So-
order to move forward, you would need to
Well, I need to go up for a
It
start.
says Art Wars with a question mark.
Zark
Yeah.
Wars.
There we go. There we go.
That's it. So yeah, to move forward, you need to,
Yeah.
Oh
bit
my.
down a bit.
and also you can't play Zark Wars with FA on. So
You have to do it that way.
you
of
have to
course.
do it FA
All
on.
right, here we go.
I've had the
Otherwise
pleasure of playing
ship's
on
just
live
I
stream.
do
It's
apologise for
tough.
the seasick kind of way I'm doing
Just-
this.
We should point out as well. I mean, we're not going to make you do this, but you play Zark Wars without shields as well.
Okay,
So
so
just
so
added challenge, wibbly wobbly.
I think I've moved forward.
Okay.
I think I am almost constantly moving up as well. So right, but I think
Just some words of encouragement here from
I think
the
that's
chat.
me. I think
Steve.
whoa, no, that's gone wrong.
Bongo Baggins, this is going to end with a splat. Musipan, I don't think you're supposed to wobble that much. But M. Curtin says wobbling is a valid tactic.
How's that?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Right, I'm falling though. I'm falling. Just.
You're doing quite well. I would have.
Okay, so
scraped along the ground.
next.
I think we need to I think we need to go ahead a little faster, maybe.
Head a little faster.
Yeah.
Oh God. there's a wall coming towards me, so I need to go up a bit more.
So I think
This is something that you do.
it's something we're sort of been playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is kind of like our most recent thing
Yeah.
that we're fiddling with.
Oh, hang on.
I remember
It's-
jumping into a stream actually you were doing when you were doing this, and you had the intro, and everyone was like Zark, Zark, Zark,
Yeah,
Zark. I mean, I can't remember what I said on the last live stream I did, but I thought it was Zark. But Zark.
Zark. 'Cause
Zark.
It's Archimedes. isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, Zark. So Zark Wars, let's say it's there.
Okay.
They're in tree.
I think.
Oh, we've got a
think I'm moving
blue
forward.
circle there. What's called?
Hmm?
We've got a blue circle coming up. I'm just wondering what.
That's a point of interest,
Yeah.
or there's one at least within 10 kilometres of me.
Dunks asks what is going on. What is going on right now is Steve is replicating an old Frontier game called Zark, and he's
doing very well.
he's doing
actually.
very well. The idea is that you move your ship
keep
by
losing
tilting it,
I keep losing it.
sort of, and you hold down the mouse button to accelerate, and then you've got to move all over the place. This is what we're trying to see Steve do right now. This is a sample of the content that's on your channel, and
I've lost it.
you and your
Yeah,
comrades go out there and
Yeah. So essentially, Zark Wars is this, but with fixed.
I think I may have accidentally turned around.
That's fine. Do you think you can land? So you might try.
Do
we
I-
might-
maybe that's just
we might
the
have to try and
that's
shield
just-
off.
Do I think
that's
I can
just
land?
the challenge
Yeah.
because we are. It's gone super fast, but we're running.
That's gone very quick. Oh,
This
well,
is
no,
great,
there we go.
this is a
No,
great-
That's what we want.
There is.
So your only challenge is to land again,
Okay.
Steve.
Okay. Hang on.
This is great. I'm enjoying this a lot. You're just like rolling along the planet now.
I am just. Yeah. I'm just.
So if this was like official Zark Wars, then
You'd
it would
be
already
disqualified, right?
be over, I think.
This is great.
Oh.
But where can people find you? What's your URL? Or
It
your
is
Twitch name?
twitch.tv/JackLyttle. That's little with a Y instead of an I.
Very important.
Yeah, and as I say, 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 8 till 10.
You can jump in there. And do you ever invite people in to play as well?
Always, yeah. No, we it's not a rule. I'm going to do it for as long as it's safe to do it, but we're basically always in open. So, and there's this and there's LMPD, which is bounty hunting in Sidewinders and Imperium.
Not opposed. Or you're playing Sidewinders v Sidewinders?
No. We're bounty hunting in Wings together. Yeah, and sometimes that goes a bit PvP.
Nice. We have the pleasure, Mr. Caretaker, of giving away these.
Okay.
But what we like to do is, as is customary when we have guests, is let them choose the thing to spam in the chat.
I think it's going to have to be What Ho, isn't it?
Steve landed very quietly while I was
well
getting
done.
this beautiful
Done.
stuff on. Well done, Steve. You did your challenges. Nice job. Nice
Right.
job. But we're going to give this stuff away now. So ignore Steve's kind of achievements. He did a great job. But now we're giving this stuff away. What would you like people to say?
It has to be What Ho.
What ho? Could you please put? Let's put hashtag what ho. Just for ease of finding someone. Sally is going to do us a great job off camera of picking someone from the chat to win both of these in much nicer boxes. They can't really see it here, but this has got me opening it loads on it.
Yeah. Check it's still there.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And you will have to pass my regards to the guy sleeping there because he is.
Oh, it's a bit cruel to wake him.
Yeah. It's as we said, it's quite a grueling task to sit there and stream for some time, and when you're a puppet, he doesn't really realise.
He doesn't understand the work that I put in.
So this was a miscommunication between our teams because we were told puppet coming in, so we made sure we had the puppet appropriate ramp and all these things to get them in. So do accept my apologies for
I will
this.
pass those on.
Yeah, I don't want him to leave Frontier thinking, oh, well, do you remember that shambles of a puppet that interviewed me? I mean, it's probably not the worst interview.
I thought he did very well, actually.
He's come a long way. Yeah, He's been practicing. Who knows? He might grace.
I think he should come back.
If people would like to see it, I don't want him overshadowing me. Ultimately,
Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah.
it's something you have to struggle with. I mean, you have to look after him all the time.
Yes.
Take him
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
If he wants to go shopping, you do everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Is
Purdies,
that-
Capri Suns,
Capri
constant
Suns.
flow.
And is this something? Do you take pride in your work?
No. Yes. No. Yeah. Yeah. I try.
I have to. I do have to commend you. You are not just live streaming. You're playing Elite Dangerous one-handed and manning a puppet, and doing all of that combined. And you know, if you've tuned in, you often do tune into our live streams. You see how kind of what's the word? What am I trying to say here? When you meditate, that thing. I get so fixed on something, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this thing, and we'll talk to the chat after. We'll focus on this, and that's just me doing that, playing normally. Transfixed is probably the word I was after. Sally, do we have? We do have a winner. Do you want to shout it out to us?
The winner is Spooky a lot.
Oh, wonderful.
On Twitch.
Spooky a lot. Congratulations. Please send us a message on Twitch and email us at community@frontier.co.uk, and we're going to get this stuff over to you sometime next week. We'll send it. So yeah, Spooky a lot. Congratulations to you, Mr. Caretaker and responsible person of JackLyttle. Thank you so much for coming on the live stream and having fun.
Thank you for having us.
With us, and keep up the awesome stuff that you do. It really does get noticed by us. It's that thing that exists out there that nobody else is doing. It's awesome. And Steve, Wendy, thank you so much
No worries,
for
Will.
your landing. Next time, we won't do challenges. We'll just bring out the puppets. Guys, if you enjoyed that, thank you so much for coming along. And we will be back on Monday and Thursday. Thursday's live stream will include a Muppet, who I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. Executive producer Adam Woods will be joining us to talk about the September update. So do tune in for that at the same time on Thursday. For now, that's all we have time for. So thank you so much again, and goodbye to everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you.